Now for our featured story of the day. Check this out. Bitcoin's path to 1.5 million per coin as per ARK Invest's ultra bullish Bitcoin roadmap. And shout out the one and only Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Invest. Let's break this baby down. The path to 1.5 milli Bitcoin price. That's right. ARK Invest unveiled its Big Ideas 2025 report earlier in the month, highlighting key technological and financial trends expected to shape the future, covering innovations in artificial intelligence, in which Cathie Wood is very bullish on the AI, robotics, energy storage, blockchain technology, and digital assets. The report emphasizes how these disruptive forces can drive exponential growth. 100. And one of its most significant insights is the firm's bullish stance on Bitcoin. Preach, which it sees as a transformative financial asset, gaining the mainstream acceptance, as if Bitcoin needs anyone's acceptance. ARK outlines 3 potential price scenarios for the BTC by 2030. First, we have the conservative bear case of 300,000 per coin. Then we have the base case, 710,000 per BTC, and an aggressive bull case predicting a staggering 1.5 million per BTC. These forecasts are based on increasing institutional adoption, Bitcoin's growing role as digital gold, and its integration into the corporate treasuries and nation-state reserves. And Serge, welcome back to the HODL Gang, HODL Gang, HODL Gang. Now, you can see on this chart the 2030 Bitcoin price targets. Again, the bear case by 2030, according to ARK Invest, you can see all the way on the left, shows us a 300,000 price target. And then next, the base case, 710,000, and the bull scenario, 1.5 million. And you can see the price target assumptions, based on some things I'll break here. In the previous years, ARK made similar projections, maintaining its bullish outlook on Bitcoin with a forecast of 1.5 million by 2030. Cathie Wood reiterated this estimate in a recent interview, emphasizing Bitcoin's increasing institutional adoption and its role as a unique asset class. As you know, Bitcoin's resilience in 2024 is a focal point of the Big Ideas 2025 report produced by ARK Invest, particularly the ability to absorb the large sell-offs without a significant price drop. ARK explained the German government sale of 50,000 Bitcoin, which is crazy because I'm pretty confident right after they sold, Bitcoin went on a tear up over 100%, like ballpark, right? So they lost billions of dollars by selling that Bitcoin, and hopefully the U.S. government will learn from that and stockpile the BTC as Trump proposed, instead of selling and offloading their precious little bitties. And then the Mt. Gox creditor repayments of over 109,000 BTC tested the market, yet the Bitcoin price climbed from 53 to 68. That's right, and the current all-time high, 109.3, reflecting strong demand. Additionally, Bitcoin aggregate cost basis reached an all-time high of $40,980 per BTC, indicating increased investor confidence. My question for y'all who are Bitcoin holders, which I like to assume each and every one of you watching the live stream, did you purchase your average Bitcoin at above or below this 40,000 average price? Let me know. Institutional interest remains a major driver of the Bitcoin projected growth. The report details expanded presence of Bitcoin corporate balance sheets, with a total value rising from 11 billion back in 2023 to 55 billion as of last year, 2024. Moreover, the introduction of the spot Bitcoin ETF, which went live January 11th, approximately a year ago, marked a historic milestone, attracting over 4 billion of inflows the first day of trading. And the volume has eclipsed that of gold, and the gold ETF has been around for 2 decades. Bitcoin ETF, 1 year. So it goes to show you, Bitcoin's overtaking gold. And I think by the time, personally, Bitcoin overtakes the gold market cap, Bitcoin could be several $1 million per coin. Also want to reiterate my personal target. This is coming from JV, just thinking out loud here. So my bear case for this particular cycle, not what Cathie Wood says 2030, just FYI, that's obviously the next cycle. We had a halving in 2024. Right now we're in 2025. The year preceding the halving, historically, we hit the cycle peak. So she's ultimately saying by the time of the next halving cycle peak, she believes we hit these targets. Now, my personal targets for this cycle, I'm a little more bullish than Cathie, but nonetheless, my bear scenario for this year is 222,000. My base case for the broskies is 420, and my bull scenario is 1.1 million. But again, that's this year, not in 2030, which is 5 years out from now. I think these are very doable and realistic targets. And Cathie Wood, she's a very smart lady, as you guys know. It's all going to depend upon the institutional adoption, the nation state adoption, the sovereign wealth funds, and all the money which is going to be flowing into the Bitty. And as you know, I just announced it's official. Abu Dhabi of the UAE announced like 455 million worth of the Bitcoin on the balance sheet, but not Bitcoin as we know, but the ETF, BTC. And then David Bailey came out from Bitcoin Magazine saying these numbers are really a lot higher on what they're actually disclosing. You know what I mean? So keep in mind, there's a lot of nations, sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, etc., that are adopting Bitcoin behind the scenes right now. And also, not only are we talking about adoption as a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the United States of America, which would lead into those bull targets that we've been discussing, but also we have the state adoption. There's now 32 or so states in the US which are trying to embrace Bitcoin some way, somehow, whether it's through a strategic reserve or for the treasury, for the pension funds, etc. All this is coming, and it's very interesting as the game theory continues to play out, as Max predicted many years ago, coining it the global hash war. That's what we're witnessing right now in 2025. So who do you think the next big country will be to announce Bitcoin adoption? Let me know. We know it's happening in the Middle East. We know there's massive wealth. We know the total addressable market of the world is probably $800, $900 trillion. We have people like Max and Michael who have predicted, when I say Michael, Mr. Saylor, that have predicted Bitcoin can eat into roughly 15% of the total addressable market over time, which would give us room to run up literally 100x from today's price action Jackson. Anything is possible. And the most bullish target I've ever heard from Michael Saylor was when he was being interviewed by Patrick Bet-David on his podcast. And he straight up asked, Michael, where do you feel, Bitcoin's likely to go? And Michael said, paraphrasing, 100 million per coin. If Bitcoin hit 100 million per coin, let me know how that would transform your life. And let me know if you feel that will happen. I personally think it will happen in my lifetime. And I think Bitcoin will continue to go up forever. It's perfect money. And once perfect money is created, it never needs to be reinvented. Kind of like the wheel. We had this discussion on yesterday's pod. But anyways, fam, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your predictions. And I'll read your comments out loud. And welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream.